You played as Wendy's on server Ascension last time. To start the game, please hold X long press. Says, your contract rights capacity is full, preventing, says, summon Shadow Mayhem.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance.
Welcome to Throne and Liberty. You have successfully accessed the playable world. Upon arrival in Elysium, press touchpad twice to join the chat or use L2 to open the ring menu and activate voice chat. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's party Scarlet last spot. G0 Cha says, G0 Cha's Party Hall of Repentance, says, used X100 Weapon Mastery Seal, 10,000 points and earned 1 million Weapon Mastery points. Lock 1 Low PR says, Lock 1 Low PR's Party Frozen Moment.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
AirAmp007 says, Oni Ice Survival Group.
Oh, you again? Tell me, did you find my... Yeah, this is it. Thank you. With this, I could finally...
G0 Cha says, G0 Cha's Party Hall G0 Cha says, February 6th.
Come to think of it, you bear the power of a star fragment, don't you? Mine's... Oh, yeah. Listen here, friend. Would you mind bringing my equipment back there to my shop on Hammer Clang Street? Oh.
G0 Cha says, May 6th.
You're here, my friend. I've been waiting. Thanks to my family's treasure, I cleared my debts. Finally, I'll get a fresh start. This is all thanks to you. My parents said to pass this precious relic on as a token of, well, do you want to give it a try? I even got the picture pieces ready. Now, listen. Rumor has it other slates were according to ancestral lore. You can also... and incidentally...
Says, you have acquired hidden treasure in the waterfall completion reward, S. Nodal Jason says, Nodal Jason's party crim B340k burn.
Is it working?
Nodal Jason says, April 6th.
Splendid! It seems the artifact has finally found its rightful owner.
Nodal Jason says, May 6th.
Now, listen. Rumor has it other
Harukas, Velderos says, Velderos is party Pruba Primigenia.
You can also slow... and completing the slate's picture pattern or equipping multiple matching pieces unlocks further effects.
Haruka says, Haruka's party Crimson B May 3rd 6th. Nodal Jason says, Nodal Jason's party Crim B3 one more.
Oh, and incidentally, Talstones, Solar Stones, and Lunar Stones can be synthesized through transmutation. As a special favor, I'll personally...
Says, you have acquired Mystical Ancient Slate completion reward, S. Windex says, Windex's party Scarlet Dream. Says, you have to unread parrot mail.
Turn into a bird. Now I have to do everything myself.
Ah, adventurer! I've just discovered something amazing. It looks like we may have finally found Janice. It's not that. Just hear me out. I found an incredible record of the Forest of the Great Tree. The Great Sage Tree in that forest is one of the world trees planted by the elves. And according to this ancient record, the elves entered the subconscious world of the World Tree, called the Holy Tree's Sanctuary. That means, inside...
Vicky Banner says, LFG burn token.
Of course! I've researched it myself! Then I'll see you at the Great Sage Tree when you're ready.
Windex says, Scarlet Dream March 6th Windex's party.
Look at this, Melvin! I told you I can do it!
Master, you'd better hurry. You wouldn't want to be later than the adventurer.
Says, you have to unread parrot mail.
What in the world are they doing?
Windex says, Scarlet Dream April 6th. Windex says, obtained quality Stellaride X1000. Oryx says, Oryx Party Ice Survival. Says, Spell of Ingenuity Armor 2K in A or PM. Windex says, Scarlet Dream May 6th. Windex's Party. Oryx says, Oryx Party Ice Survival. Kisiasias says, Kisiasias Party Ice Survival. Tronzy says, need help killing Crone. Says, you can use dash morph soon.
Looking to improve your... What skills would you like to improve?
You have to keep studying.
What were you looking?
Don't be a stranger.
On your own 2 feet. Just be careful.
Do you want to see
Do you like my products? You have a good eye.
You won't regret that. Hi-ho! A Hanzo
Tronzy says, Tronzy's Party Frost Crone.
like yourself. Goodbye!
Zan Swift Wine says, Zan Swift Wine's Party Ice Survival, 1 needed. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's Party Hall. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's Party Hall. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's Party Hall March 6th. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's Party Hall April 6th. Bolo 300 says, Bolo 300's Party Pa Kilo Taxi. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's Party Hall last spot. Arcturus says, Arcturus's Party Pa Kilo Taxi. Hawkstar says, Hawkstar's Party Pa Kilo. Velderos says, Velderos's Party Sup Jalita.
Oh no, I'm in trouble. How am I going to go?
Arthany says, Flattery says, No Man 3 RCI is recruiting. Sick of all the biz loot going to advisors? Come join us and make your time count. Bolo 300 says, Bolo 300's Party Pa Kilo 1. Phineas says, Phineas Party Frozen Moment. Shaka says, Nakuya says, Nakuya's Party Packy. Tarnished Maiden says, well I left no me mercy cause they yoinked a drop from Guild Raid without saying anything so that's a lie. Nick Gangster says, returning player LF Casual Guild. Arthany says, Arthany's Party Pa Kilo Bow. Arthenia says, Phineas party frozen moment May 6th. Pip-Up1 says, Pip-Up1's party packy. Flattery says, I yoinked a drop of an GT, 50 blood hunters. Arcturus says, need a healer for Pocky Arcturus's party. Flattery says, tarnished you probs should have joined. Ixai says, Ixai's part. Xbolter says, D. Flattery says, lol. Kyle Shot says, Kyle Shot's party frozen moment. Arthenes says, Arthenes's party Paki Lobo. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's party. Arcturus says, Paki need a healer Arcturus's party. Akiona says, Akion. Flattery says, dude has a lot to say yet he won't join. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's party ice. Kyle Shot says, Kyle Shot's party frozen moment. Oso21 says, Oso20. Toto PR says, Toto PR's party Paki Paz. And says, An's party Paki Naru. Tarnished Maiden says, I was in Discord but drop wasn't in the guild but for min insta yoink. Toto PR says, Toto PR's party Paki Paz.
Oh no, I'm in trouble. How am I going to get up there?
Oso21 says, Oso21's party Paquito need bow. Flattery says, ha bro. Flattery says, you are a toad. Flattery. Aya says, Aya's party Paquilo. Mob 99 says, Mob 99's party Naru piece. Flattery says, Buster Bosks says, the notification-enabled Ascended Nirma schedule has begun. X Dead End says, Flattery says, let me guess. Flattery says, you think he took it? Aya says, Aya's party pa kilo. Toto PR says, Toto PR's party paki paz. Sir Zybao Tarnished Maiden says, so why not roll Blood Hunter low? Good Boy says, X. Flattery says, we had 4 Blood Hunters. Flattery says, lol. Woof says, Woof's party packy. Tarnished Maiden says, weird guild. Flattery says, I think you are so oiseless. Flattery says, you don't it's Vario says, it's Vario. Suterimika says, taxi. Diana Claris says, Tarnished Maiden says, I was. Devious says, Devious's party. Flattery says, and you leave after summon and quad, steals and quad, a under 50 piece of gear. Tarnished Maiden says, Flattery says, do you know like anything about under 50 gear right now? Aya says, Aya's party pa kilo. Ixa says, and LT, link equals Ixa I's party packy, type equals 0 it equals 0 color equals C X dead end. Vorus says, Vorus's party pa kilo. Haruka says, Haruka's party pa kilo taxi have 2. Flattery says, let me guess you know Brad says, Giralexis says, Giralexis's party pa kilo. Murdroat says, Murdroat's party pack taxi. Arcturus says, Pakiolu bring a bow Arcturus's party. H. Fraser HD says, has just feedin the core, like has always done.
The darker it is, the better. A new hero has come.
Murdroat says, Murdroat's party 15 seconds.
Come again.
A star from the sky just...
Why are you heading out this late at night? Come inside.
Flattery says, lol Fraser you are back welcome. Flattery says, was it fun being kicked out of 7 guilds? Flattery says, and 34 different servers. Nubby Mortier says, quit crying about loot and move on. Flattery says, XD. Brondolf says, asterisk violin playing asterisk. Yahilm says, all to come back and get 240 kills as a guild in Siege.
Oh no, I'm in trouble. How am I going to get up there?
H. Fraser HD says, dude was creeping on me. Sad. Tessa Faint Smile says, afternoon coffee drama D. Quincrum says, what drama? Tarnished Maiden says, no me mercy yoinks loot. H. Fraser HD says, been in 4 guilds total mallow. Guess you can't count. Cheeto Sure says, Cheeto Sure's party eyes. Flattery says, you know I cannot count Fraser. Mooterer says, cancelled party matchmaking. Flattery says, tarnished cool your jets bra. Funky Wombat says, Black China says, tank you epic. H. Fraser HD says, went to other server to farm some loot and came back dumb. Brondolf says, asterisk instrumental music intensifies as. Flattery says, I have screenshots of everything I do during raids. Tarnished Maiden says, Arthenes says, Arthenes' party I serve. Flattery says, you are a joke. Flattery says, go join Squanchy. Flattery says, XD. Mooterer says, Mooterer's party Scarlet. Nubby Mortier says, does this movie ever end? Tessa Faint Smile says, hopefully not. Flattery says, huh. H. Fraser HD says, just move on tarnished. Dude's a manipulative control freak. That's why his guild's dead. Flattery says, notice that you were the only person that left the guild yesterday. Flattery says, tarnished. Flattery says, Kyle Shot says, Kyle Shot's party Scarlet Dream. Cheeto Sure says, Frozen Cheeto Sure's party. Flattery says, you spazzed out like a ADHD child and left. Flattery says, without saying a single thing. H. Fraser HD says, wonder if Hes still got the yelling at you channel in his disc lol.
Oh no,
Flattery says, over A and G. Flattery says, cancelled. Tarnished Maiden says, bro, the second a drop that you wanted happened, you insta-transferred it to herself. Im not. Fraser HD says, dude loves to scream. Shipas Elras. Flattery says, lol, I wanted blood. Aramp 0. Flattery says, lol. Tessa Faint Smile says, wait, we got drama over T2 gear. Flattery says, yes. Brondolf says, asterisk. Flattery says, this is awesome. Nom Nom 19 says, what gear though? Flattery says, bro. Nom Nom 19 says, I'm just nosy. Flattery says, this is asterisk 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 great. Sir Tarnished Maiden says, no role or communication insta-transfer. Fraser HD says, I guarantee it's not about the gear, it's the way he treats the guildies. Nom Nom. Flattery says, seems to be the loot here. Tessa Faint Smile says, why? Tarnished Maiden says, yeah, I didn't even need loot. Flattery says, then shut up. Flattery says, asterisk 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 asterisk. Flattery says, you are a asterisk asterisk asterisk. Fraser HD says, dude's a raging psychopath. Tarnished Maiden says, why you insta-transfer no role or saying anything to guild? Thania says, you wouldn't steal a car. Flattery says, oh, let me guess, you need one of those 4 pairs of Blood Hunter chests. Tarnished Maiden says, no. Flattery says, bro, we can seize your Gera. Flattery says, your gear. Good Boy says, Good Boy's Party Hall of Rep. Flattery says, just asterisk 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 asterisk. Brondolf says, asterisk saddest. Flattery says, admit you're a ex malpractice says, that's bold of you to assume I wouldn't. Flattery says, it's okay. Gibbsog says, block button getting so much action this afternoon. Nubby Mortier says, the climax is coming soon. Says, used flawless epic. Lil says, clear comms. Ryukin says, Ryukin's Party Scarlet. Says, used flawless epic melee leather armor chest. Brondolf says, asterisk everyone hold hands and start. Says, overwhelming power achievement completed. Ryukin says, Ryukin's Party Scarlet. H. Fraser HD says, Dang has got selfies now.
I gotta kill him.
Oh no, I'm in trouble. How am I going to get up there?
Yazavir says, Ty. Midway says, Midway's party Scarlet. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's party Scarlet. Good Boy says, Good Boy's party Frozen moment. Claire Claris says, Claire Claris's party Scarlet. Midway says, Midway's party Scarlet room for one. High Five Mary Jane says, Ice Survival High Five Mary Jane's party. Kyle Shot says, "Thank you random epic tie." Zero says, "Yo WTF." 00 says, "Can't do candle for the contract anymore." Shadow Love says, "I'm literally doing it right now."
Oh no, I'm in trouble. How am I going to get up there?
Funky Wombat says, "Funky Wombat's Party Survival." Says, "You might already have it on your queue if you can't find it." Funky Wombat says, "Full." Says, "Cancelled party matchmaking." 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 Bleeding Tip says, "You have to unread parrot mail." Says, "You have entered a safe zone."
I'm in trouble. How am I going to get up there?
Bleeding Tears says, "Need help with normal Calanthea." Bleeding Tears is Vanguard. Says, Death's Abyss will expire in 30s. Says, teleport has been cancelled. Says, Death's Abyss will expire in 10s. Says, Death's Abyss, says, Death's Abyss will expire in, says, Death's Abyss has expired. Phineas says, Phineas Party Ice Survival. Says, cancelled party matchmaking. Max Win says, Max Win's Party Scarlet.